Even to this day, I can still remember one of the first appointments I had as a financial advisor. I was meeting with this couple in their early 60s. Now they brought in all their financial statements, and their goal in meeting with me was they wanted to see if they could retire. They were sick and tired of their jobs. They were working more than 40 hours, could barely pay the bills. They just were so stressed out and they were done. I was pouring through their financial statements and it became abundantly clear that they could not retire. But that's not where the story is sad or depressing, but the reality was they couldn't retire that day, but there was no way that they could retire next year or the following year, or most likely even in the next 5, maybe 10 years. See, they barely had any savings whatsoever. All they had was a little bit in a 401k, they had some savings at their bank and Social Security, and that's all they had. When I got a chance to learn more about their story and just to inquire why this is all they had, I learned that they didn't really invest. And the two biggest reasons, the two regrets that they had, was they didn't invest and they didn't start sooner. Those were two regrets that I still have not forgot, and why I'm so passionate about educating those to start investing and start taking charge of their financial future. When I think back to that couple, that wasn't the first and only time that I encountered somebody or some people that are wanting to retire, that are wanting to continue the second chapter of their life, but because they didn't do the right things, they didn't take the right steps, they were unable to fulfill that dream of retiring and just settling down. And what I recognize in those people and many others is that there are two common mistakes that these people make when it comes to planning a successful retirement. The first mistake is that they didn't have a plan. They continue with their life assuming that things would work out. They assumed that with Social Security, with what little they were putting in their retirement account, their 401k, what they had in savings, that would be enough. But the reality is that they never took the time to run the numbers, to crunch the numbers to see if it even makes sense or if it's even a possibility that they could retire when they wanted. Many people just assume that things are going to work out, and if that is your plan, you are not going to win. You're going to wake up one day with a lot of regret, just like this couple.
No regret.
Now, the second mistake that this couple make, that many people also make, is they never sought advice from an expert, from anybody else. They took care of their finances on their own. They never thought to think, maybe I should talk to a financial coach, a financial advisor, a financial consultant, just to see if we are on that right path to do what we want later on in life. There are tons of financial calculators and online financial planning tools that can give you some great insight on how you're doing, but nothing compares to actually sitting down with a financial expert, a financial advisor, a financial consultant that specializes in helping people retire and that knows the mistakes that people make and the right things to do, especially when it comes to your unique situation. That's why it's no surprise that there are so many statistics out there that say that those that have a financial plan, that those that actually sit down to work out their finances and have a decent understanding of where they're at and where they're trying to get to, have a much greater chance of success. You've got to have a financial plan. You have to seek the counsel of an expert. Don't trust yourself. At least get a second opinion to make sure that you're on the right track. We all have a goal to continue to live the life as we know it, to live life on our terms. But if you want to do that, especially when it comes to having financial freedom and financial security, you've got to have a plan. You've got to seek advice from somebody that's willing to help. Don't think that you can do this alone. I want to give a shout out to USAA, who has sponsored this video. And I've known USAA since I was deployed to Iraq. They've just been a great organization to partner with other veterans and just have a lot of amazing benefits. So with this campaign, this is about their life uninterrupted. They want to make sure that you can continue to live the life that you know today and live that same life in retirement. But the only way that you're going to be able to do so is you got to have a plan, you got to work that plan, and you also need to seek advice from a financial expert. Coming from someone that was a financial advisor for over 16 years, I know the value in meeting with a financial expert. Somebody that's willing to sit down and not just crunch the numbers, but also wants to know your unique situation to help you achieve the goals that you want. If you are in the situation where you've got a retirement plan going, but you need a second opinion, you want secondary advice just to make sure that you're on the right track, USAA is offering a no-charge retirement review to look at your situation just to see how you're doing. Are you okay? Are you saving enough? Is your savings going to last, or are you going to run out? If you have some of these fears, one of the things that you can do today is to contact USAA and request a retirement review. I'll have links in the description and also phone numbers where you can call to request this no-charge retirement review to make sure that you're on the right track. Your life doesn't have to be interrupted just because you're getting ready to retire. You've got to have a plan, you got to work that plan, and you got to seek the advice from somebody that's going to help out with your finances that knows more than what you do. Once again, I want to thank USAA for sponsoring this video, and I also want to remind you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time, peace.